So an official welcome now. Enough chit chat. A great big welcome to you all. It's so lovely that you joined me today. I've been super excited about sharing this with you. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and I will tell you why as we go through this little walkthrough. The game plan for today, I'm going to whiz through. I've actually prepared slides of the platform intentionally, because sometimes I get a bit scared if the site lags because I'm on Zoom, or technical things always crop up. So I thought, to be safe, I'll prepare some slides. I will walk you through the platform, which we affectionately call the Clubhouse at Women's Business Club, and then at the end we can do a deep dive. I can go live into the Clubhouse, and I can go into any section of the Clubhouse you like, and we can do a bit more of a deep dive. So that's the game plan. At the end, if there's time, we might do a couple of minutes of speed networking just so you can meet each other. That's always loads of fun. And then we have a prize draw at the end. For those of you who just stay to the end, we have a lovely prize draw from one of the ladies who have kindly donated. I'll tell you what at the end. I won't tell you now. So that's the game plan. I'll get on with it. I'm going to ignore the chat during, because otherwise I just get too distracted and can't concentrate. So I'm going to ignore the chat for now, and we can have a Q&A at the end. And also, I know that I've probably emailed you all. I'm the queen of email and LinkedIn, but we may not have met before today. So I just wanted to say hello from me. My name is Angela De Souza. I'm the founder and CEO of Women's Business Club, and what I'm going to be demonstrating to you today is my baby. It's the fruit of 12 years of running Women's Business Club, 12 years of failing and succeeding, of trying and trying again, 12 years of talking to you, understanding what you really want, how we can best serve you, 12 years of probably several times a year crying my eyes out thinking, I can't do it. This is not worth it. Why do I do this? And equally, 12 years of, oh my goodness, this is incredible. Every time I hear a testimonial or I get these messages that bring me to tears saying, Angela, you have no idea how much you've helped me or how much you've inspired me to keep going. And I think, me, little old me. But I know that what we're doing is making a difference. And that's what keeps me going. My vision, my dream is not for what I can give you, not what I can bring to the table. I have limited knowledge, limited skill set, and a particular personality. I can only give you one angle, maybe two angles on running a business or building a career. Or even if you're in the public sector, or if you're in politics. I'm passionate about women, no matter what you're doing for a profession. But I don't have all the answers, and I can't, I'm not best for you. But collectively, as a community, together, wow, we have all the answers. We have all the support. It's that community that I'm so passionate about. And a worldwide community, especially since COVID a few years ago. Everybody is a lot more comfortable with being online. And so the world really has gotten smaller, and we really can do business across borders and with each other, no matter where we are in the world. And I'm super passionate about building this global community that supports and empowers women across the world. In whatever your culture, whatever your challenges, whatever your language or currency, whatever it is, we want to bring it all together. And that's why I built what we call the Clubhouse. It's the Women's Business Club platform. It's our virtual platform. It's called the Clubhouse because we're Women's Business Club, and every club should have a Clubhouse. It's nothing to do with the audio platform Clubhouse, which we sometimes get confused with. And the purpose of this Clubhouse is to create a space where we can all connect, where we can support each other, where we can encourage each other, where we can learn from each other, share our expertise, grow together, and at times challenge each other, give each other a kick when we need it, give each other a push when we need it. And it's a place where we can also find valuable resources, which I will show you in a bit. But most importantly, it's not a noisy place. I don't know about you, but I'm finding social media and emails getting a bit out of control. My inbox, let's just not even talk about it. Social media, I love social media. I've always loved it. I've been on social media since it was first, launched, but it is getting like a lot to manage. And so the Women's Business Club, Clubhouse, is designed to be a bit quieter. So you don't get everybody's breakfast, lunch, and dinner posts, everybody's everything. It's meant to be a place where we connect, we offer value, but we don't feel the stress and the busyness of everywhere else online. It should be a bit quieter. That's what I'd like to achieve for you anyway. And so there are certain things that we've put in place on the platform that allow you just to see the posts you want, just to hear from the people. Okay, I'm assuming you can all see the screen and I can get on with it.
Yeah.
So you have an account. You wouldn't be on this call if you don't have an account. So it's assumed that you have an account. And this is what you will see when you log in. You'll see the navigation bar to the left. You'll see the main feed in the middle, like most social media sites. There's a main feed where you can write as many posts as you want. That's entirely up to you. On the top right, there's a little advert that will change from time to time, and occasionally we will allow one of you to place an advert there. So the top right little image there is an advert. And then we have this cute little feature that I think we can improve, but I just wanted a place where I could have goals and track goals, and I haven't seen this done anywhere. So this is a cute little feature where you can add your own goals, you can tick them off, and the little scale or little semicircle there will tell you how you're doing on your goals. And it's entirely up to you if you want to use this for a weekly basis, a monthly basis, an annual basis, or if you just want it to be your tick list, whatever you want it to be. But it's a fun little feature that's right there on your dashboard, so you can see your goals. Next, as you scroll down, you'll see my network. So this is the list of all who you follow. So you don't have to follow everyone in the Clubhouse. You can follow only those whose posts you want to see. And this is one of the things that makes it a bit quieter. You follow the people you want to see, and you'll only see their posts in this main news feed in the middle. So you won't see everything from everyone, but you'll just see the posts of the people who you follow. So you can really craft the content that you want to be seeing, or the people who you want to be following. And then a bit further down on the right, you've got events. So this is just a little list of all the events that you've signed up to. And so you can see what you booked into. Moving along, this is how you build your network. So you go into the Connect tab on the left and you hit Network, and you'll see everybody there. You can search. So I've set up a search here for SMEs in finance and accounting in the United Kingdom. And so some of you might see your own name pop up there. What you can do in this section is you can click follow. So hit the follow button, and that will start to build your network. And if you want to first check people out before following them, you can click View Profile. And this, again, is a lovely way for you to be able to strategically and intentionally build your network. If you want to network with SMEs in the UK, in finance and accounting, then you can find everyone in the Clubhouse in those search criteria, and you can follow them. Or you can search purely on a location basis, or purely on a sector basis, purely on a business side basis. And then for any general little keywords, you can even type in the very first search box, literally anything. And if it's in text, it will be picked up. And so if you're looking for something really specific, have a search and see if those people are in the Clubhouse. And so what we encourage here is not to go for volume. You can do that on any platform, and I advise this for every platform actually, but to look at really building, crafting your network intentionally, and then getting to know people and building this really authentic relationship, so that you're building a strong community where you know, like, and trust people, and they know, like, and trust you. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you're going to see business deals made. That's when you're going to see support. That's when it's going to become a lot more real than just what most of us do today, is just collecting volume. It's all about how many thousands of followers can I get? How many thousands of people can I mass message? And actually, I think that is going to very quickly become saturated and very annoying. And we need to get away from that. We need to get back to getting to know people and building really good, solid networks. So that's what I'd love to see here. Moving along, on the top right, if you click on the drop-down arrow there, that's where you can manage your account. So that's where you will set up your personal profile. Your personal profile should be about you, the person. Because when people go to your profile, they want to know about you. They want to know if you're a dog lover or a cat lover, or if you like milk or chocolate milk, or, you know, what your hobbies are. Like, make it interesting. Who are you, the person? Don't make your personal profile about an additional place to promote your business. Then your business profile absolutely is all about your business. So go in there, set it up. You can change your password, you can manage your subscription, your notification settings, and of course you can log out. I'm going to move to subscription next, but just to quickly add your notification settings. If you go in there, you can customize exactly which email notifications you receive and which pop-up notifications you receive. So you can really curate this to suit you. You don't have to accept every single email if it becomes too much. Saying that, we do try our utmost to make sure that not too many emails go out from the Clubhouse, but only essential ones. Like if you've booked an event, you want the event ticket. You know, if you've joined a group, you want group updates, but you are in charge. You can curate and decide what notifications you get and you don't get. Now you can manage your subscription here. There's no, I promise, no upsells today, and there absolutely won't be. There's no pressure to pay for an account. We do have a free account option. Many of you are in here on that free account option, and I'll be very clear today what's available to you and what is exclusive to members. But if you want to manage your subscription, this is where you would create a subscription. And you'd see a payment history below where it says subscription history. So this is where you would do it. If you just go to the top right, and that click the drop down, and that's where you see all your options. Okay. So the personal profile is free for all. Okay, anybody can do this. You don't need to be a paid member. You can have a free account. You can create a lovely profile here. This is especially important for awards finalists. If you are in here today and you are finalist in the awards, this is what we send to the judges. We send your profile. We send a link to your profile. Now, as you can see on my profile, I've got an about section, which is about me, the person. I've got a business section, which is about the business. And then I've got some videos and some documents as well. There's also a vote button. So once you buy your ticket to the finals event, that vote button will appear in your profile. And that is also what you can share with the public if you want to participate in the voting round in the awards. So you can write a lot more than I wrote there. You can add links, you can fill it out and make it really lovely. Make it all about you. And then the social media buttons equally are your personal social media buttons. The business profile, same thing, very important if you're an award finalist. It's free for all to create a business profile. And again, you put your links, your social media links for your business. So keeping the two separate so people know what they're looking at. The videos, this is members only. Only members can add videos, and I'm going to deal with that a bit more in depth a bit later. And then the same for documents. So members can upload documents. Whenever you upload a video or a document, it'll populate this part of your profile. So just to let you know about that, but I will come back to that a bit later. Then we have Naomi. Naomi is our AI chatbot, virtual assistant. She's really, really lovely, but she's still a beginner. She's still learning. So the more you chat with her, the more she will improve her answers. You can ask her absolutely anything. It doesn't need to be about Women's Business Club. You can ask her absolutely anything. And you can ask her stuff about Women's Business Club. If you do have a chat in the Ask tab and you're not kind of getting the quality or the results you want, please let me know, because we can update the database. We can help Naomi get better. We will be moving this along to more machine learning. So in time, Naomi will be really, really able to offer you support. Of course, you can contact a human anytime. You can send me an email or one of the team an email or WhatsApp or whatever you want to do. But what I love about our chat is you can get answers 24/7, because I like to sleep sometimes, and so do some of the team. And so you can't access us anytime, but Naomi is available 24/7. And so have a chat there and let us know if there's anything we can do to improve. You can also ask in any language. So I speak Afrikaans because I'm from South Africa, so I thought I'd have a go in Afrikaans. And there we go. I asked Naomi something in Afrikaans and she replied in Afrikaans. Naomi can speak any language, so that's also a huge plus. As we do branch out worldwide, know that you can communicate in any language. The website is still in English, but we are implementing Google Translate to the website as well. So that's the Ask tab. Then we have the groups. This is my favorite. I love groups so much. I'm so excited about groups, and I want to see more groups, and I want to see more engagement in groups. The reason I'm so excited about groups is this is where you can connect with people either in your industry or in your sector. You can connect with people by location. You know, you can have a group for Scotland, which we have. You can have a group for your little tiny village, wherever you are. You can have a group for expertise, area of expertise. You know, if you're an expert in a particular area and you want to build a community around that expertise, you can have a group. We've also got challenges, which I'll come back to in a bit. You can search. There's, again, search by keywords on the top. You can sort by various things in the sort button. You can click some of the main headline categories in the top and you'll see all the groups in those categories. So there's so much you can do in groups. And I think groups really is a game changer because you don't have to go through the entire network in the main feed, but you can only see posts from people in the groups and what they have to say that's relevant to you. So here we have some more groups. The welcome group, that is everybody automatically goes into the welcome group. So as soon as you create an account, you go into the welcome group. That's because I want to make sure everybody gets a good quality welcome when they enter the Clubhouse. And from time to time, we will create events in the welcome group and everybody in the group will be invited to those events. Not often. You're in today because this event was created in the welcome group, but and you would have got an email. If you don't want to get event invitations from the welcome group or notifications, you can leave this group. You're not forced to join the group. You're added there automatically, but you can leave. You're free to leave. Saying that there won't be regular events in this group. It'll be ones like this or maybe another one later on in the year. Most of the events we're trying to keep to the other groups, so it's a bit more targeted and relevant to you. So we have the awards group, that's for award finalists. So as soon as you get your ticket to the awards, you're automatically entered into that group. And once you're in that group, we're going to have events specific to awards. So events to help you know how to prepare your profile, know how to win the judge's approval, know how to promote. It'll all be relevant to awards. I'm not going to go through all the groups, but another example is the Author Hub. It's a lovely group for authors. And as we build that group, we're going to be inviting literary agents and publishers to share their expert content and run events. We're going to have author networking events or writer circles, and we're going to do everything related to authors, whether you would like to be an author or whether you are an experienced pro. That's the group for you. And so I can go on and on, but I won't. I will move on. So now we're looking at the fact that you, if you're a member, can create your own group. Now, this is a privilege for members. Non-members on the free accounts, you can join any group, you can engage in any group. You're free, you know, to get the value from the group, attend the events. It's all available to you on the free account. But if you're a paid member, an all-access member or an executive member, you can create your own group. And I highly recommend this. This is just brilliant if you want to build a community around your expertise. So we're potentially having somebody next week launch an HR support group. This is an HR company that's joining as a member, and they want to offer HR support, especially for businesses who are taking on their first employees, or they're at that stage where they're not sure if they need to employ a full-time HR person or if they can still manage on their own. It will all be around HR, the latest laws, etc., etc. So I'm very excited about that. That will be useful, so useful for businesses who have a lot of HR questions. So when that group gets set up, if you join it, ask questions, or if you're an expert in HR, you could offer events. But this is a privilege for this HR company to have a group around their expertise. Now, if a second HR company joins as a member and they want to set up a group, they can, of course they can, but they just need to make sure that it's different enough from the HR support group. They have to have their own little hook, their own niche, so that they attract an audience to them. Otherwise, it gets a bit saturated. I'm going to move on to one of my favorite ways to use a group, and that is to run a challenge. Now, I run the Show Up and Shine Challenge. I really enjoy it. It's so fun. It's a 5-day challenge where we help you with your visibility journey. And so the first thing is you can create a custom link for your group. It makes it much nicer for sharing. So your custom link will be womensbusiness.club/G/show up and shine, or HR support, or in this group's case, welcome. So you create a lovely little short link for your group, and then you hit the 3 dots below the main image, and you can click share, and it will copy your short link if you've set it up. And you can share this everywhere. You can invite people. They don't have to be members. They don't even have to be in the platform. You can share this in your email footer. You can share it in your blog post. You can share it in social media. You can attract people into your group and build your community. Of course, they will have to create an account if they don't have one. But as I said, and I will keep reiterating it, the free account does a lot. So don't panic too much if people ask, do I have to be a member? Do I have to pay to join your group? You can run it on a free account, or they can come in on a free account. Then on the right-hand side, you also see group events. Now, we've set this up so that these events are obviously for your group. They also display in the main event page on the website. So if you create a group event here, it is for your group, and it also shows on the main event page, so you can attract more people into your group. The beauty of this is, once you publish an event in your group, it will send an email invitation to everyone in your group, just once. It will send an email invitation to come to your event. And I love this feature because if people are in your group, they're interested in what you have to say. So it's a really hot audience likely to want to attend your events. Anyone can create an event. I'll come on to events in a bit. But events is another thing that a free account, you can create events, you can share events, you can have free events or charged for events, and it's all available for free. You don't have to have a paid account to run events. But just to reiterate, to run a group, you do need to have a paid account. So this is the challenge. And if you scroll down on the challenge page, again, on the right-hand side, you can see some member highlights. So we've got a nice little history of comments and, people engaging. But my favorite part is the pinned posts on the top of the group. So here you can see it says 5-day challenge, and there's a little pencil on the right. That's because you can edit the name of your pinned posts. The default says pinned posts, but you can change it to whatever you want your pinned post to be. So in my case, I want this group to be 5-day challenge. And you can scroll through the pinned posts and you can see each day's challenge. So you've got day 1, day 2, as you can see. And if you scroll past, you'd be able to click on all of the day's challenges. In another group, in the members group, for example, I've called the pinned post section member onboarding. This is where you can see all the onboarding posts. And so you can customize your group very nicely to say what you wanted to say and to pretty much do what you wanted to do. But it is a really effective way of running a challenge. And challenges are great lead generators. They're great ways to build a community around your expertise, to build a following for your business or for your expertise. And so I do highly recommend getting comfortable with running challenges. And they're just great fun. You've got to enjoy running your business, don't you? And then last but not least, nothing major, but if you scroll down in the groups, you start to see everybody's posts. So Kirsten did a lovely post in the Show Up and Shine Challenge. But if you scroll through the Show Up and Shine Challenge group, you can see a post history and everybody can share and connect and, engage in there. So those are groups. I can't stress enough how much value you can get from groups, either participating in a group or creating your own group and building a community around what you want to be known for. If you have an engaged group, if you contribute once a week something of value and ask questions and invite people to events and have special guest speakers, and you can build your business purely by running one group successfully, setting up a group, building it, running it intentionally, running it successfully. And what I mean by successfully is not setting up a group, walking away, coming back and wondering why nothing's happening. It takes effort, it takes time. Just one group can massively boost your business or your opportunities. If you want to advance your career, if you want to be known for something as a speaker, whatever it is you want to achieve, building a community around that is a very powerful way to get ahead. And especially the early adopters. Groups is quite new, so those who get in first will get the best names. Like, as I said, HR support, when they launch their group, they're going to be the leaders in HR in the Clubhouse. Whereas maybe later on, when other HR companies join, they might have to be a bit more creative to get the attention on their group. Now we move on to events. This was the very first thing that we worked on in the Clubhouse. We wanted it to be like Eventbrite, but better. And why I say better is, I always wanted to fiddle and get things to do exactly what I wanted it to do. And when you're using other platforms like Eventbrite or Ticketmaster or whatever event platform you use, there's always something that I just wish I could do it differently. And so I said, well, we're building our own. We're going to have our own events platform. And so on the left, if you click attend, you can see all the different options. A lot obviously is tailored to Women's Business Club because this is a Women's Business Club platform, but there's also a lot of freedom within the events platform to make it what you need it to be for your business. And so don't be put off if you see the first part is these are Women's Business Club event types. So and there's top tiles on the top 6 tiles. These are Women's Business Club event types. So you click on awards or coffee and co-working or networking, and you'll see a list of events that we offer with our leaders. But if you scroll down, you'll see everyone's events. And again, you can search, you can filter, you can really target what you're looking for, or you can go to the map and you can find events near to you as well. So if you click on the Find Nearby button, oopsie, I just went over it, but you get the gist. If you go on the Find Nearby button, you can see a map, or you can just search in the general search area. Okay, I'm trying to be a bit fancy here, but I'm not doing a good job. Anyway, on the left-hand side, under Attend, when you click through, at the moment, awards will just take you to our awards page for now. We have a lot of plans for that, but for now, that's what it does. The conference, this is our annual Women's Business Conference and Awards, and this is in-person event, currently only available in the UK, but it will be available worldwide as we grow and scale. I'm not going to go into this too much now, but if you want to have a play around at another point, if you click on day plan, you'll be able to actually craft your own day plan for the conference. So you choose which workshops you're going to see, which expos you're going to go to. And then if you click on day plan, it'll show you everything you've booked in for the conference. Pods, that's expert pods. Again, you may be familiar with this, you may not. I don't want to linger on this today. I could happily answer your questions later. But you can book into conference expert pod, you can book into conference workshops, craft your day plan. So you really are in control of how the conference is going to run for you so that it works for you. I love the way we do the conference, and I love the way that it's really curated to get the most value for you. So this all happens in the Clubhouse. And on the day of the conference, when you attend the conference, you can actually log in and you can see what's happening next, and you can click on things, and you can be really engaged through the Clubhouse and in person. But we're not going to linger on that. Events, if you go down more to the left, you've got all events, my events, ticket bought, ticket sold. Kind of self-explanatory, just to say that anyone, no matter what account you're on, you can create an event and run an event. There are no restrictions on this. We want women-led events in the Clubhouse. So we've taken away all restrictions. Just to say, if you do want to run events, go back to your personal profile in edit mode, and you will see a Stripe section. This is where you connect your Stripe account. We don't hold any funds. It goes directly to you. So if you want to run events, set up your Stripe account in your personal profile. So go back to the top right, go into your personal profile, click on Stripe onboarding and connect a Stripe account. If you don't have a Stripe account, you can just create one. It's super easy. And if you do have any problems, there is a link, as you can see, to fix any known issues. So if you want to run events, set this up first. Otherwise, you won't be able to sell tickets. It's fine for free events, but if you want to actually sell tickets, you need to connect your Stripe account. And then use events creatively. As you can see, there's a couple of podcasts in there. People aren't charging for a podcast. You can see it's priced for $0, but it's a wonderful way to get people aware of your podcast. So it's a marketing tool. So if you go into events now, you'll see Jodie's podcast and Women's Business Voice podcast. And there's Get Ready for Raw Real Talk podcast. There's also a radio show advertised in there. So you can see Izzy's radio show. And so events isn't just about free or paid events in person or online, but you can be creative. And so we have set it up so that podcasts can go on here. Even if you set up your podcast on a recurring basis and you don't check back in for ages, you're still getting the value of free promotion for your podcast. If you want to really make the most of it, you'll share the link to the event and get people to pre-book so that when your podcast comes out, you've got all these bookings in. You can then hit the email attendees button and you can tell everybody the podcast is live. Go, go, go. It's just another marketing tool. It's a great way to promote your podcast and to build a following. But you can post any events in here. Like, honestly, just have a browse through. I'm not going to go into it again in too much detail. Oh, and just to add again, you can also do it in your own currency. So most of these are in pounds, but as you can see on the bottom left, there's one in dollars, but you can use most currencies in here. If Stripe supports the currency, we support it. And Stripe is supporting this year. They're bringing out new currencies that they're supporting, covering almost all countries. There are still a few they're not covering, but almost all countries now will be covered by Stripe, which is fantastic. Here's an example of tickets bought. So if I bought a ticket, it will show up on the tickets bought section. Very easy for you to access your tickets. Tickets sold. So if you're running an event, some of you might see your name pop up here. Don't worry, there's no confidential contact details. So this is just a list of everybody who bought tickets for today's event. So you can then monitor the tickets that you've sold either here, or you go into your event and you can click on a View Attendees button and it will show you all of your attendees. And if you want to email all of your attendees, you just click Email Attendees as well. So it's very nicely set up, but it's very user-friendly as well, which is what I love about it. Now, there's a few of these screens coming soon. This is because I want you to also see what our future plans are, what we want to build, what's coming soon. And so I haven't allowed too much of this, but there are some. For example, in the Learn tab on the left-hand side, there's Learn. This is where you can learn and grow and also contribute your expertise so others can learn and grow from you. So we've got courses. My vision for this is like, imagine Netflix, but for courses. So you can scroll through them. You'll have autoplay, little previews of the courses. And I haven't rushed this because I want it to be really beautiful. I want it to be very easy to navigate and really inspiring to just browse through these courses like you would browse through Netflix. And also I want to pay you for your expertise. I want to get you involved and get you to our film studio and really put high quality courses together so that we can learn and grow together. So I'm not rushing this. This is coming when it's ready. It's ready. It says expected release October 2024. I think I better change that because it probably won't even be 25, maybe 26. But that's what we're planning. And again, we're not rushing it. So when courses do go live, there may be one or two on there, but you can be guaranteed it will be really, really high quality, highest possible quality. Mostly because you can find anything anyway on YouTube. You can go and search for anything you want anyway. So we want to make it so that it's the best option for you to come to our courses. Webinars, these are contributed by you, contributed by us. Again, really good search facilities here. So you can search by type. You can type in your keywords. So in this case, I searched for sales and customer acquisition, and it brought up a list of webinars. There's hundreds and hundreds of webinars in the webinar tab. The create webinar option, again, this is for members. So if you're a member, you can contribute a webinar. And remember, I said that this is where you contribute them to show up in your profile. So if I have created a webinar as a member here, it will be here searchable for everyone. Anyone can search for it, but it will show up on my tab as well. So I actually have a new design for this personal profile that is just going to blow your mind, but it's not ready yet. But this profile is going to be so valuable. It's going to have so much on there about you and for you that it will become an alternative to sharing a website. It's going to be that well crafted, promoting you. So, but again, not something we want to rush. This is documents, again in the Learn tab. Hundreds of documents in here already. I've contributed everything that I've collected over the past 12 years. In some cases, cost me thousands of pounds, like franchise contracts and HR documents and you name it. Anything that I have that's been useful, I've contributed to the document section to save you time and save you money. So again, you can search. You can search for whatever you want to search for. And if you can't find it, let me know, because we will source it. We will do our best to source it from our network and add it. So don't worry if there's something you need and you can't find it. Just let us know, and we will do our best to source it for you and add it to the documents. And once again, creating documents is a member privilege, so all access member or executive member. You can then contribute your documents. The only, what's the word I'm looking for? Criteria, I suppose. There's a better word, but I've lost it. Condition, there we go, that's what I was looking for, is that it has to be editable and free to use. So you can't contribute your expert documents with conditions for the person who downloads it. You can brand it, but the branding does need to be editable so people can remove it. You can put a little footnote or end paragraph in, upselling your products or services, or inviting people to get in touch if they want more information. That's absolutely fine. But the condition is that this document that you've contributed can be free to use, totally free, no strings attached, and it's editable. And I also advise that you have a little disclaimer at the bottom just saying that this doesn't constitute legal advice if it's that sort of document, or if it's a financial document. You want to protect yourself if you're providing documents. Anyway, I did a search here for press, and so 4 documents came up. There's an award nomination announcement press release. There's press release notes, so how to produce a press release. There's a press kit, how to get your business in the newspaper, and there's a generic press release template. And so I searched for press, and that's what came up. So you could search for HR documents, finance documents, letters, contracts, you name it. And yeah, hopefully that's useful. And again, this is where these documents show up. So these are some of the documents I've contributed, and they show up on my profile. And so when I share my profile, people can see about me, about my business. They can see videos I've contributed and documents I've contributed. Next, we move on to the live. This is the live tab. In the Learn button, I can see it's not open there. So I'm just going to open it here so you can see. The 4th tab on the left under Learn is live stream. At the moment, it has last year's award ceremony because that was live streamed here. This year's award ceremony will be live streamed here, and we're only really using it for that function at the moment. But the plan is to build a full live stream module here, so you can contribute live streams so that there can be a directory of live streams and there can be a calendar for upcoming live streams. So at the moment, we're using it for this purely for this reason, any major events that we are live streaming from head office, but in future, this is going to be available to you as well. Then we move on to our Listen tab. So Listen is for our podcast, Women's Business Voice. You can listen. So you just click on here and it will play right here in the Clubhouse. You don't have to go out. You don't need to do anything. Just click listen, click the little button on the right, and it will play. You can save it to Spotify. You can see the save on Spotify, or you can click through and go through to Spotify. Our podcast is available on all major podcast platforms, but we've put it inside the Clubhouse just to make it super easy for you to catch up on your podcast listening. But our podcast is also done with high quality video, so you can watch as well. You can watch. We invite our guests wherever possible in person into our studio, and we film it. And we're, like in the case of Nicola's podcast over here, that's just gone live today. Actually, she's in America, so she wasn't going to pop over to little old Winchcombe to have her podcast interview. But we try to still do it nicely so that it looks like we're in the same room. At least have the quality there. Now, many people say, how do I get on your podcast? There's 3 ways to get on our podcast. The first is you've been a member for more than a year. So on the first anniversary of your membership, you will be invited to do a member spotlight where we will film a feature of you and we will spotlight your business. So that's one of the ways. Members on their first anniversary, they get this option. We can also just do an audio. So we can do a member spotlight audio only. So it doesn't have to be as much work as you coming into the studio. So there's member spotlight. The second way is we do have occasional paid content. So you can pay for your own episode to do with as you wish. That's very limited. We don't do a lot of that because we have limited capacity, but maybe once or twice a year, we will allow a paid guest. And then the third way, and this is the best way to get on the podcast, is to enter the top 10 voices competition. So if you go to the link, news.womensbusiness.club/top 10-voices, it's right there on the top left of the screen. And I can send it out afterwards if you want it. Top 10 voices. This is a competition. We are collecting stories from around the world. And I mean, literally around the world. If you listen to our podcast history, you'll see that we've had people from dusty rural Kenya who doesn't speak English and worked through a translator because this woman is incredible what she's done, taking her family out of poverty, building a business, from absolutely nothing into now servicing some of the biggest hotels in Kenya with her laundromat. Incredible story. I must listen to it. We found her story. We've had stories from women coming over from India and more recently a lady, refugee from Afghanistan who had to flee when she was 12 years old and built up a school and became the head teacher and then came to the UK and doing incredible things. So this is really a genuine effort to find untold stories that are unlikely to ever get on the global platform. We are hunting for these stories so we can feature them in our top 10 voices. And so the prize for this is, number 1, you get on the podcast. Number 2, you get a feature in our Women's Business magazine. And number 3, you get a digital feature that we share. And so it's a brilliant prize package. Anyone can enter. There's absolutely no fees to enter. So it's available to anyone. You can access the internet or somebody can nominate. You can nominate someone's story. So this is how you'll get on the podcast. I'm mindful of time, so I'm going to jump ahead. We're building stuff, as I said. So we're going to have a shop. And in the promote section at the moment, if you click on articles or advertise, it goes to external links. But this is something we're building as well that's going to be available inside of the platform. But again, it's nothing we want to rush because we don't want to just do another shop. We want to make sure it's really useful to you. Now, going back, let me go back. One more thing I wanted to say, which I haven't covered yet. Sorry, give me a sec to find the navigation bar. Maybe the screen. Okay, there we go, the screen. On the left, in the Connect tab, I skipped over Well, calendar I removed today because it's not ready, so I don't want to waste your time. Investors, do you see investors? Mentor, speakers, do you see that? What we are building is when you sign up or when you go into edit mode in your account, you can tick the box if you are an investor, if you are a mentor, or if you're a speaker. You can tick those boxes, one or all, whatever you want to do. This will populate your new profile so that you can be identified as one of those three. And if people click on this link, there will be a list of investors in the Clubhouse, a list of mentors, a list of speakers. These are the areas that we really want to focus on supporting women. You can do deals in the Clubhouse. You'll be able to source or offer investment right here in the Clubhouse. You don't have to leave. We want to see women supporting women financially. Mentors, you'll be able to find a suitable mentor, and it'll almost be like a dating app. You can really drill down to exactly what you're looking for in a mentor, so that you're not just getting a generalist, you're getting somebody really suitable for what you need at this season. And you'll be able to book your mentor, pay for your mentor, everything right here in the Clubhouse. Again, something that we're passionate about is making sure mentors are paid fairly. We do want to support each other. We do want to give away advice sometimes. Yes, I'm not saying you can't do that. I think it's really lovely when women support women. But there's also a time and a place where we want official mentoring, and we do need to be willing to pay for that. And mentors deserve to be paid for their expertise. It's taken them years and years of either study or experience to be able to share 5 minutes or half an hour of expertise with you. That's valuable and should be paid for. And so you can book and pay for your mentor, or you can offer your service as a mentor in the Clubhouse. And finally, the speaker. Another great passion of mine is speakers should be paid what they deserve, especially around International Women's Day. But so many times throughout the year, I'm invited to speak, and I'm sure many of you are invited to speak, and there's no speaker fee. And again, how long has it taken you to get to the place where you are able to do a talk? Maybe you've invested in a university degree, or maybe you've invested 20 years in your industry. Maybe you've gone on public speaker training so that you can be a great speaker. You've invested in your craft so that you can stand on a platform or stand in front of a networking room and deliver your expertise. That should be paid for. And so we're going to be working in future years. We're going to be working very hard on developing the speaker agency within the Clubhouse so that we can not only train and mentor budding speakers, helping you build your speaker platform, giving you opportunities, opening up our events at Women's Business Club for you to test the waters and build your speaking career, but also to find speakers and to book them, or to offer your services as a speaker and get paid. And so these are the things that it's not ready yet, but this is what we're working on. And so I leave it here in the Clubhouse so you can see what's coming and be super excited about it, just like I am. And last but not least, I'm just going to tell you some really big future plans. As you know, there is a shortage of funds for female founders. Less than 2% of female founders are getting funded, and this is a problem. As it says on the screen, there's enough money to go around. There is more than enough money in the world to go around. Let's share it. I'm not sure how much of a dent we are going to make at the problem of female founders getting investment. I'm not sure how quickly we can solve this problem. What I am sure of is that together we can share. We can learn to invest in each other's businesses or receive investment. We can do it in a way that's safe and fair, and so we can grow in our confidence. So if you've never invested or received investment, you can start with very teeny tiny amounts to learn the ropes, to grow in confidence. If you're a sophisticated investor, you know what you're doing, you've got hundreds of thousands or millions to invest, you can come into the platform as well. And so it's not only going to be an area of the platform of the Clubhouse where you will be able to learn, do courses, train, and grow confident with financing your business, but it's also going to be a place where you can do deals. And I'm not going to go into it in depth now. It's a whole nother presentation. It'll take me about an hour, but It's a problem that we want to solve and we're working on. We are seeking investment to build this. So if you are an investor or know of any investors, absolutely please point them in my direction and I can share the full deck with you. But we're determined to tackle this problem. Look at the numbers. It's just nuts. Just have a read. And that's a wrap. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you over in the Clubhouse.